Tonight, Northport police are admitting a mix-up between Brian Laundrie and his mother just days before his family reported him missing. This is Nightside. I'm Carolina Lee.
And I'm Ryan Bass. I'm sure plenty of you were like, how does this happen? Well, the police spokesperson says the mother and son look very similar.
They're kind of built similarly. No case is perfect.
That is Josh Taylor. He walked us through how this error happened. So let's go through the timeline. Police started tracking Brian after Gabby Petito's family reported her missing in New York. That was Saturday, September 11th. Police watched him leaving the house in his Mustang Monday, September 13th, and they thought that they saw Brian come back on Wednesday. Now, this is where we run into problems. We've since learned that Brian never came back home. In fact, his family reported him missing 2 days later on September 17th. So if it wasn't Brian who came home in the Mustang, then who did? Cops say it was his mother, Roberta.
When the family reported him on Friday, that was certainly news to us that they had not seen him. We thought that we'd seen Brian initially come back into that home on that Wednesday. I believe it was his mom who was wearing a baseball cap. They had returned from the park with that Mustang. So who does that, right? Like, if you think your son's missing since Tuesday, you're gonna bring his car back to the home. So it didn't make sense that anyone would do that if he wasn't there. So the individual getting out with a baseball cap we thought was Brian.
Looking at everything we know now, investigators might have discovered that Brian Laundrie was not at the house 48 hours before he was reported missing. Northport Police is well aware of the criticism against the agency, but Taylor told us last week that no matter what, the outcome would have been the same.
Odds are, the way that it turned out probably still would have turned out that way. You know, odds are he would have walked out there if he wanted to on a Monday and done what he was intending to do.
Northport Police admit the mistake was costly. Today, we also learned the initial autopsy report for Brian Laundrie came back inconclusive. Right now, his remains are with a forensic anthropologist for further analysis. Tonight, his family is privately grieving away from their home.